These are. Have you guys seen? These are video game glasses. They project a yellow light and the blue light.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Just Us Dads, a Halloween special, which apparently I'm the only one that took seriously. Thank you for tuning in to another Dadversation.
Thank you.
If this is the first time here, go over to YouTube and subscribe, like us on our social media platforms.
And if you need George to repeat that, just tell him to take off the fucking mask.
I'm gonna take it out. Chris and George are with us again. George is coming straight live from the most exciting city in Quebec, Three Rivers, ladies and gentlemen.
There's three of them here, not only one.
How's it going, guys?
Shawini
Good, man. Good. Good.
Behind that mask.
Busy.
You know what else I want to do? It's been a long time, but we should plug in maybe our merch. If you guys want amazing little shirts to support this podcast, go over to our website, justusdads.ca. We have a special section called swag where you can go and buy a bunch of little stuff that are cool for your husbands.
George, have we hit 100,000 yet?
We're rolling in the sales, guys.
But tell them we there's no markup on it. We have them at the bare minimum price.
Like literally.
We just want them to wear it. That's all.
There's absolutely no problem.
Like we're actually paying for this.
We dropped the prices so low that in some clothing items the system wouldn't allow us to post it because it was too.
It's asking us for a secondary payment.
Remember? So basically it's just. There's a price because people are going to make this and ship it, but essentially there's not much profit on it. We just want you to support the swag and wear them, and so that's it. Go over to our website and get yourself some cool little stuff. Halloween tomorrow, guys. I'm not sure when I'm going to release the episode, but
for schools it was today.
It was today for school. So basically we're recording. It's Friday night, the night before Halloween.
Are your kids going trick-or-treating, guys?
I was going to ask you the exact same question. No, because
mine is downstairs.
Just next door. That's it. I don't trust people, man. They're allowing it. They're like, okay, do it with safe distancing. Bring those big, whatever you call them, the
sticks.
The sticks to get your candy, or make sure that the person giving the candy has a long stick to put in your. You know what? Fuck it, man.
The school's teachers gave our kids candies and chocolates today, and they told us, don't worry, the candies and chocolates were quarantined for the right amount of time before we give them to your kids. They're quarantining the candy before they hand it over.
Yeah, us too. Like the little.
That was so funny, man.
Yeah, us too. At daycare, the little one, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna pass out candy to the kids." So they gave all the kids names so that we can prepare a little bag for each kid, and they told us to bring them in the latest Tuesday. So there can be at least 2 days before. And whatever, that's fine. It doesn't bother me. But now to going to strangers' house, man, I don't think so. Yeah.
Of course, it's fine. It's a funny thing that you have to consider.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of it.
This whole year is fucking weird.
Yeah, 2020 has been a weird one.
That's a major understatement.
These things are coming up, and you're like, "What is this reality we're living in?" Fuck, it's like what?
Like everybody's New Year's resolution for 2020 is going to be not to have a year like 2020.
But you know what, man? I'm not so sure, man. 2021 is going to be easier. I don't know. I had an epidemiologist on my other podcast, and he predicts that this second wave is going to be much worse than the first one. In fact, all doctors are they're sure 100% that it's going to be worse. So. I don't know. Honestly, I really don't know.
No, they don't either, George. Don't worry.
I don't think we're taking them trick or treating either.
No, but you should.
I don't think we're gonna take them.
Do a little treasure hunt or candy hunt, whatever around the house.
We bought the chocolate on special that everybody's selling.
And it sucks because it's kids' favorite holiday, man.
It's not only that, man. It's on a Saturday. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Yeah, it was the perfect timing. Yeah.
Yes, you know.
No.
We'll live
Yeah.
to forget about it, I guess. You know what I mean?
No candy, no this, no sports now. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with my boys. We were aligned so well. We were doing sports 5 days a week, and now we're doing a big fucking fat zero.
You were doing 5 days a week? Wow, it's a lot.
Yeah, it was kung fu twice a week, 3 times a week, basketball 1 day a week, and swimming 1 day a week.
Isn't that too much, man? Honestly, isn't it?
I don't know. That's so great. They sleep so well.
Yeah, no, they sleep well, but during the day, it's like, okay, you got to run here for one kid, then you got to run to the other place for another kid, or do you guys split each other in two? How does it work?
For the most part, we were all going. Kung Fu, we were sharing the duties, but for the swimming, we were all going because they were both. Basketball, same thing.
Okay, so yeah, you're lucky. They're in the same group.
Look, the thing is, my older son, he's really into it, and after the closures, he still finds ways to challenge himself. He's always gonna keep trying. It's just that it's gonna fade.
You should get him like punching pads, man. Somewhere, put him in the house, let him punch shit around. You know, we had gotten out for my. She did very little karate or whatever she did.
There's the interaction part. There's the you're competing with people too. There's so many different things that drive you there. It's not just the actual exercise.
Yeah, it's true.
You're getting props from your instructor. You know, there's so many things, man.
They don't do anything virtually. Like they haven't figured out a way to kind of do their courses.
They probably have for the older guys, but
yeah.
Yerasimo does that. Both teams, and he's in 2 soccer teams, and they have the occasional Zoom, but it's more to just keep them positive, to keep them like invested, engaged. Exactly. It's not.
So what kind of practice? Like, he practices in the house, or you go to the park and you connect?
No, he's in the house, but he'll have a ball. He'll do some exercises, some warm ups. Yeah, just to keep him engaged.
Exactly. How much can you do in a house, man? Especially when it comes to soccer.
That's the question. That's what I'm thinking about getting him. Because now he's getting into. Like he's been trying to do chin-ups and stuff like that. He's doing a lot of push-ups. He's doing sit-ups. He's only 7. He's like, and I don't force him or tell him to do any of this. This is all on his own.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm thinking about getting something with a pulley system with weights and that you could adjust to do back, chest, arms, and stuff like that.
Yeah, man, for sure. Get him like a little.
I have to commit a section of the house to that, so I'm trying to figure out. But
the truth is, man, that it was only a matter of time. You knew at some point that your basement, like a third of your basement, was going to be, split just for the kids, whatever.
Well, if they already own 50%, they're going to get a third of what's left as well.
There you go. You're pretty much going to be left with your couch and your bathroom. That's it.
Part of my bed.
Part of your bed, exactly. No, yeah, but get them a little punching bag, whatever. It's fun for them. I mean, I put up a punching bag, and my daughter goes and she punches it sometimes. But
now the problem is, what am I going to do with the other guy who's always been a struggle? I used to bring him. It would always start against his will, but he had fun when we get there, right? I don't know what I'm going to do for him. It's hard to keep him motivated. So the other guy, it's easy. He motivates himself. The other guy, it's not the same thing.
But the little guy doesn't want to train or do anything with the older guy. If he sees him, like just to at least play.
No, he feels he's intimidated because the other guy leaps and bounds ahead, right? He's older too, and he's into it, and he's good at it. So he's a little bit intimidated. So I try to isolate some time, just me and him, and I encourage him and I pump him a bit. He doesn't crave it as much.
What is he into, the little guy?
Screaming at me. TV. Asking for more cookies. I don't know. No, him. He likes drawing and stuff. He's a storyteller. Right? You give him a couple little toys and he'll keep going blah, 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 saying all these things are happening in his mind.
He has the artistic flair.
The creative thing. Yeah, that's his drive. Him.
Yeah, it's good, bro. You gotta work with what they like, right?
I know. You won't run out of creativity, but I need him to stay active for his own, for long term, for his health, for his life, man. I want him to stay active.
They're gonna have a problem, man. I mean, look how young they are, and they're boys. They're always hyperactive. I mean, your kids. It's not like like they're overweight or anything like that. I mean, the kids are ripped. They have abs.
Yeah, one of them does for sure.
So
we were all very active, and you know what? We've all struggled with weight in our lives, and I don't want them to go down that path, man.
Yeah,
I'm with you, George. It's you got to inculcate the good habits now.
And the other mistake is that I hear from friends of like parents, friends of ours, is like, it's okay. He's gonna burn it off. He plays this sport. He plays that sport. It's like, yeah, he is gonna burn it off today. But if he's only using up 2,000 calories, 3,000 calories, why is he eating 4,000 calories? You know, because later on in life, even though you burn 2,000-3,000 calories, you can't eat beyond that because it's gonna sit.
I am convinced, and of course, I'm not a pro or anything, you know. But I'm convinced that if they look at you doing it, then they'll put it in their mind to do it as well. And this example I just take from my wife's upbringing, who was raised in an
I exercise. I exercise, but not at home.
Training. He was constantly out there. So in her mind, it's okay. That's what I need to be doing, right?
Yeah.
That changed when she met me. Up until that point,
this is my boys were the reason I decided to go into a weight loss thing a few years back, because I didn't want them to have a memory of their dad being that guy.
Not necessarily being that guy. You want them from the minute that they could remember to remember a person that wants.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, exactly.
I said to myself, by the time they're like, my oldest is 5, I'm not a smoker and I'm not that obese guy, you know?
Yeah.
And it's hard to stay there for myself as well.
Yeah.
But so far, so good.
Yeah.
But I'll tell him, hey, where are you going? I'm going to exercise. So it's in them. Dad leaves to go exercise. He leaves to go exercise. He leaves to go exercise. He knows that I'm responsible. I leave to go exercise.
Yeah, but what you can do, maybe you can go earlier and just walk with him. Maybe it'll be a shorter walk or whatever. He's not that age yet where he can just walk next to you and just whatever, have fun, go walk about a couple hundred meters and come back home, and then you can continue. Why?
We do that. We go for walks as a family here and there, but it's not what a kid a kid doesn't find any fun in that.
Are you kidding me, man? I walk around.
When I walk as an exercise, it's not for him to stop and throw rocks in the water. It's not to stop and look. There's a few bugs there.
Oh, but you're gonna tell them, look, we're exercising. We're gonna walk all the way until there, and then walk back home, and we're gonna feel. You know how many fathers and moms I see around, because we live next to the park. Walking with their kids, running, biking with their kids. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. I don't even have a bicycle. I haven't had a bicycle.
Staying active and exercising is not entirely the same thing. Going for a bike ride with your kids or walking in the park with them is fine. That is staying active. But exercising is not the same thing. There's a focus. There's a seriousness to it. And then when I go exercising, I need to have that. Otherwise, I'm not getting anything out of it.
Yeah.
And if I don't get anything out of it, I gain weight. So I don't mix them into it yet. They're not there yet.
Yeah.
That's why if I get a pulley system gym, I'm gonna be using it as well.
Yeah, you should get a few little free weights there. The little one, like 2 and 5 pounders, whatever, so they can.
Yeah.
I got those for Maria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You use it?
Yeah. 1 pound.
1 pound.
A little.
She could drop it on her toe, man.
I know, but it's cute.
It's cute. Is it pink?
No, it's blue. She wanted, because we went to pick up a couple of stuff, and she saw that and she wanted it, so we got it for her. And then she went to show her grandmother.
And when she tries to lift it up high, she almost fall back with it.
No, she can do it. It's a pound, man. It's a pound. But it's just cute,
The other day, and I messaged this to you guys, and you're not comfortable talking about it, but I wanna bring it up because
you want to bury yourself and shoot yourself in the foot.
No,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I do.
I'll tell you. I don't know if it's because of the whole COVID thing or whatever, but these last couple weeks or maybe months, I feel like I'm fucking useless around the house, man.
You probably are.
I don't know, man. Obviously, look, we're obviously staying much, home much longer than we used to. We're avoiding going out and everything. And I don't know if it's gotten into my head that, okay, this is what we're doing now. We're just going to fucking sit and do nothing because, and I just feel that has somehow taken over me to the point where I literally feel fucking useless. like I feel bad for my wife, and I've thought we've had this conversation. You know, I'm like I feel like I'm not doing what I should be doing. You know, like the chores around the house and all that stuff. Bro, my daughter started school like now in September. We're all excited. You know, that first week was the exciting week. You know, the alarm went on at 6:45 or whatever, which we never woke up that early. Never. You know what I mean? My girls sleep like chaps. So we had the alarm at 6:45. We would both get up, excited, prepare everything. Hey, breakfast. And I still kept the alarm on my phone. It goes on, but I just tell my wife, get up. And she gets up, and I stay in bed like a fucking idiot. You know what I mean?
Why do you feel bad, man?
I don't know, man. I just
if you were in a custody battle, you just lost the kids.
Like, the alarm goes on. I don't even snooze, man. I press off, and I'm like, baby, it's 7:00.
George, there's no point to feel guilt or shame. You've accomplished a major part. You get up when you're done sleeping, man. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing.
Something very, very few can say that.
Yeah, man.
I just feel bad because it's like, like you can hear the background noise while you're sleeping, and she's like preparing everything, running, getting her dressed. I can hear her talking to her and then driving off, and I'm like, why the fuck am I still in bed, man? I just can't get up.
George, I do the same thing. Yeah. Alex gets up 2 hours before me, sometimes an hour, but I feel amazing.
Isn't it fucking
like I don't feel bad at all, like at all.
Well, like, you compensate. You throw in your own effort differently.
No, I'm grateful. It's perfect. I love it. It's just I never feel bad.
But here's the difference between us. You guys have like your jobs, okay? Like even if like whatever your morning is not as busy as your wife, or even if she wakes up much earlier than you do, they know in the back of their minds that, listen, he's going to wake up, he has work at 9, he's going to finish at whatever George does, like 15 hours a day. And then you, Chris, in addition to what you're doing, you're teaching. Like there's all these things happening in your ecosystems that maybe your wives understand that, look, he's busy and he's doing other things. I'm not. Like I work with my wife. You know what I mean? It's like we have the exact same schedule. So I mean, there's really no excuse.
Yeah, you do more. You edit podcasts.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm involved in this stuff. No, but look, I mean,
you have hobbies.
I have hobbies, exactly. My wife, she's like, are you done volunteering now? Fuck, you know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah.
Well, when she comes back from the whole storm of the morning, just have something ready for her.
But that's what I was gonna say. Like you could have avoided.
You have to compensate.
No, George, you could have avoided all this by just getting her flowers and chocolates and just say, "Baby, I appreciate you."
Every day.
Baby, I appreciate you. You're my love. That's
like, all. We work like every day. We work like, but we're together and stuff. It's just that I don't.
She also parents.
Well, I mean, look, the kids are more at school now than they were before, right? So, I mean, there's less parenting to do, but it's like...
Well, look, honestly, are they both leaving in the morning, the kids?
No, the little one 3 times a week, half days, and the other one, every day up until 2.
You know why it was easy for me? I'll tell you why it was easy for me. Because my wife teaches at Socrati, the little one goes to Socrati, and the older one goes to Socrati. So they all leave together.
That's what I was going to say. And
it's one little bundle. It's one little bundle. It just...
Yeah, and you don't need both of you to get, your eldest daughter dressed, George.
No, I know. It's not. That's not the point. The point is that, and maybe I suck at it. Like, I mean, obviously, like my wife is much better at getting my daughters prepared, like picking out their clothes and everything and what you're going to wear.
Yeah, me too.
And I can do it, but,
I've had to dress my kids and they're like, I want my mom to do this.
Like I'm gonna send the kid to school.
Like, stop! You suck.
In jogging pants, 2 different color socks. You know what I mean? Like,
the 2 different color socks. Mine choose that on purpose.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's a hip. Yeah, it's a thing now. But I don't know, man. I just like in general, I just feel like, oh man, I don't know. I don't want to blame it on COVID because at the end of the day, you always have the choice, right? It's up to you to actually get off your ass and do shit. But I just feel like I've hit this slump where it's like,
there's still time, man. Do the outside of the house.
And winter, yeah. Bro,
and then try shoveling those steps a little.
Oh my God, yeah.
A little.
Yeah. I have to cut.
I almost died 4 times.
But
Me too.
You'll be coming in from the garage if ever we come back to the studio. Honestly, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's just I don't know if it's this whole thing that brought us down. Winter's coming.
It is because I've let go of some of my chores around. Like I think I've cut my grass 3 times this year. Maybe four.
It's time for me to cut it actually, and I'm just procrastinating. The excuse I'm like, oh, whew, it's raining. I don't have to cut my grass today. I can't. It's raining, and the next day it's still wet from the day before. So it's like I can't. Yeah.
I've been convincing myself for 4 weeks. I'm installing my tempo.
Oh, yeah. How long does that take you anyway?
Last year was the first time, so it was trickier.
But didn't you have a company that did that, or you do it yourself?
I'm Greek and I'm stubborn, bro. I do it myself. Not cheap.
I have a friend who calls a company the first time he films or he looks, and then he's like, okay, now I know what to do. Forget it. So the next time around.
No, it's not so bad. The assembly part is just putting the tarp on. I need help. That I can do by myself. I think I can pull it up, but it's really big. I have a 40-footer, man.
Yeah. So who helps you?
The first time it was a buddy of mine. This time I don't know. I might have to use my wife.
It was his father-in-law. I just want to say it.
No, it was a buddy of mine.
Okay.
And my buddy John. But this time I'm gonna have to use my wife. I think I have a trick in mind, but it's gonna take a lot of elbow grease.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Then again, you could just pay somebody $100 and you come home and it's done for you.
Yeah, man. Just do it.
I'm caught in between.
Just pay
like $100, man. It's good as a workout too. You burn more calories, you eat more.
Yeah. But really, do you want to get involved in that shit now? Do you really want to do it?
Like I bought the special drill bit. I'm not gonna. That's $8. I need to use it now.
Like seriously, have a conversation with yourself. Do you really want to do it?
I don't want to do it. There's a reason it's been 4 weeks. I've been trying to get to do it.
Yeah. But I don't know.
It's not easy. It's not easy. It is COVID. For me, I'm saying COVID is an excuse because for me, I saw a big difference this year for myself.
Yeah. But you know what? Normally, like every year this time around, when November hits, when we hit November, and that it gets dark around 4:35. Like I always get it's like I'm not depressed, but it's just like
and don't forget the hour is changing.
Yeah, but I fall into this fucking zone where it's like I just don't feel like doing it. Like it has a lot to do, like psychologically, the fact that our winters are hard, man. Here, like we have hard winters,
Yeah, so, this body ain't adapting to this winter. The cold is anything past -10, man. I lock down. I don't want to know nothing about the outside world.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
it's tricky. You gotta force yourself, find a way things to motivate you. But you should definitely apologize to your wife. and order her like a steak from an expensive place to be ordered to your house.
Yeah, you can. Last time, when was it?
Panusi. George was looking for some sympathy here, and he didn't get it, man.
No, forget that.
It's not about sympathy. I'm just fucking wondering. I mean,
no empathy. You're looking for empathy. I get it.
Not even. It's just that I don't know, man. It's like just this period where I just feel fucking useless. Man. It's like
just say say the truth. You're old-fashioned and you're a little sexist, a little bit, a little. That's it. That's how you learned it. It's fine. Just a little bit.
No, if he was that, he would tell her, "Go do it before I hit you."
No, that's extreme. That's extreme.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
Do you guys do like the 50-50 thing? Like you guys keep a scoreboard?
No, there's no 50.
No.
I never thought of it that way. I always thought of it like 100%, 100%. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You give, and that's how I always thought about it. That's why I kind of feel bad. It's like,
look, there's a difference, man. You feel like you have to do it. She loves to do it. Maybe there's that.
No, I don't think anyone loves to do these things. It's just you do it because you have to. I mean, you can't let all your plates stacked up in your.
Panusi, it's amazing. It's amazing how he said he believes in 100% and 100%, and he just prefaced this by saying he does 0.
He does zero.
It's fucking amazing.
So you like 100 and 0. 100, 0.
100, 0.
But that's the whole point. That's what I'm telling you.
You just lost custody, George.
No, but he knows what the right thing is. He understands that it's 100 and 100.
He just won't do it.
He just won't do it. That's it. That's it. He knows how it's supposed to work. I'm glad you said that, man. Good. Because I
don't know, man. I don't know if it's there's laziness in there. I don't know if there's
not at all. Never
lack of will. Just I don't know what it is, man. It's just
it's all of that together.
Again,
you know who can answer the question?
Yeah,
Sadhguru.
Sadhguru. Yeah,
you've seen him.
I have seen him. Yeah.
He's pretty wise, man. He's pretty wise, and it's like
you know what? You have to be smart to be funny, man.
No, but he's not funny. He's like a guru, a philosophical guru, and like this whole outlook of life where it's nonchalant yet like a little bit like a nihilist. But he looks very old fashioned, but he's so dead on when it comes to being modern as well. He's interesting to listen to, by the way.
He sounds pretty centered.
Very, man. He sounds like one of those, like he has peace of mind and he has inner peace. He has he's achieved that enlightenment. You know, he's like a modern day Socrates.
It unlocked.
Yeah. There's something that clicked, and he just got it. He figured out life.
Yeah.
It's great. It's
the
crazy.
Floodgates open.
Well, look, guys, it's crazy that through
perspective,
through social media, all these older guys that were probably known in whatever area of the world they're at, suddenly they're like the biggest, influencers in the world.
Yeah.
Some guy in some log.
It's that tie into the old world mixed in with your modernization of the person.
Yeah.
You mix it all together.
And you know what? The philosophy is when you listen to them, they do sound at the beginning, because I've been listening to them lately, they do sound foreign. But once you start understanding it or like digging a little bit, you're like, fuck, man, there's some wisdom in there. Like there's something in there. Yeah.
I wonder what he has to say about chores. Chores.
I don't know, but the last time somebody asked him, it was a funny question. I didn't get. Go ahead.
No,
it was just one of the students got up and asked. It's like basically, is masturbation a good thing? And he didn't answer it. But it's funny to ask a philosopher: how much masturbation is too much? So I just want to go back and listen to that bit.
Oh, why didn't he?
In regards to chores, he'd probably tell you, don't talk about it on a podcast with your friends. Talk to your
yeah, that's gonna go public, and your wife will hear it.
Acknowledging to her that you're an asshole will make her feel better.
No, but the funny thing is, it was a whole audience. And somebody's asking, so what is the meaning of life? And do you speak through God? And it was questions like that. And then one guy gets up and says, how much masturbation is too much?
$10 bet.
Yeah.
$10. His pal took out like a 20. He's like, I'll give you $20 if you're asking about masturbation, bro. Yeah.
No, the guy looked serious and sincere. It was like he wanted to know. He's one of those that stays home and just does it all day probably. He has a problem. Guys, there's a big problem of porn addiction and masturbation. Yeah, a lot of masturbation.
Yeah.
Some huge stars are...
Especially COVID.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
The porn industry is fucking thanking...
Yeah, man.
The lube industry.
I was like, woohoo, COVID. Yeah. Go. Subscriptions are up.
Mind you, you'd rather have a guy in his basement jerking off than going out there and doing, bad stuff, right?
Stuff,
Yeah. Yeah, but there's always at some point sickos probably is like step one for them, No, I don't know. Anyway, one thing we want to tell you guys watching, we were thinking of making this a little bit more interactive. So if you do have questions that you want to ask us, put them in the comments or send them, whichever way you think is the best, through Facebook, Twitter, on YouTube, wherever, and maybe we'll compile a couple questions like this, and maybe we'll answer them in future episodes. Hopefully, we'll get more than one.
No, hopefully we'll get one.
My wife sending a question. When are you planning on
hopefully
watching
it's not a relative,
the dishes accumulating in the sink? Any idea when you're going to be doing them?
Oh, man.
So send us questions, things that maybe you want us to answer or things that you want us to talk about. And we'll take a look at those and maybe we'll be answering those in future episodes. Anything else, guys, before we wrap it up?
There's
Somebody
so much to say.
Something very freaky today.
Would you? What would you say?
And I never considered thinking about this problem. But they were telling me about a friend of theirs who has a son who's about to turn 4, and he's already talking about how he's a girl.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I really I was stumped. I had no comment to make. I wouldn't even know how to handle that. I wouldn't know what to do first. And it was like, wow, man, that's a real stomper. This is a real thing that real parents deal with, man. Wow, man, that's a toughie, man.
No, George, do you think this is the proper way to conclude an episode? I get it. I understand, but...
I just had this conversation before we got on. That's why I brought it up.
No, but you know what it is? It's like, oh, all right, great, man. So, all right. So, see you guys next week. All right, perfect.
Anything else?
Thanks for your input.
Anything else to say before we conclude? Dude, what tell a guy whose son is telling him he feels like...
Oh, that's... No, George,
it was a tricky one. I've never had that conversation with anybody, and it's like, wow, it's something and it happens to be something that's irreversible, right? It's tricky. If somebody regrets it after doing it, it's fucked up, man.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, first of all, this is one thing that is all over the place right now, right? I mean,
yeah. It's nothing. Anybody I have no wisdom, nothing to provide.
Because we were raised in a very traditional thing where it's like you don't play with dolls, you play with cars. You don't put a skirt on, you wear pants. It's like you're a boy and your sister is a girl, and so today, parents are much more open-minded, I think, to all this talk about sexual orientation and all that stuff. And I don't know.
It's one thing. It's one thing to be a group of friends who's getting influenced by what they're seeing in media, and they're saying, "Hey, there's people that are feeling certain things, and they go make these changes in their lives." This is a kid, a 4-year-old who has no exposure to any of this.
Yeah, no.
And inside, he's saying this is what he's feeling. This is
because the debate is, where do you draw the line between your kid maybe going through a phase? Maybe, I don't know, does he have older siblings or younger siblings that are girls?
Yeah, you probably have to let it play out. You're right.
Do you just let it be? It's a phase that's going to pass. I mean, do you really entertain that discussion with a 4-year-old? I mean, I agree with you. It's messed up. I wouldn't know how to confront that, Yeah.
It was just when he told me that about I was like, man, I feel really bad for this parent. I wouldn't know what to do. You don't want to do the wrong thing.
So what are they doing? Did they tell you what they're doing as parents?
No, they're letting him
it's still
be himself. Maybe it's his creative side. Maybe it's his alter ego. Maybe it's just
like, how advanced is it? The kid wants to dress as a girl to go to school, for example. He's comfortable.
He likes playing with makeup, and he's very feminine. So there's kids picking on him at school about that.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Does he have other siblings? Does he have a sister or?
I don't know. We were scheduled for this call, so I came for the call.
You know what sucks? Look, this is a big topic, guys. And
we're going to come back to this one because this is a very interesting.
Yeah. This is a big topic, and we can even bring a specialist on this. But
I asked him if he could give me his contact info so I could invite him to our talk. So schedule for the podcast.
Yeah, it's a tough one, and I think the adults right now that are making the decisions are making the wrong decisions. Obviously, I don't believe that. If 18 is old, if 18 is old enough to vote, 21 is old enough to have a beer. sex orientation has to be somewhere in those, like, I'm not agreeing with the 18 and 21, but it should be around that age. At 4 years old, it's different. A lot of confusion.
Maybe not necessarily at that age, Chris. Maybe you do realize certain things when you're hitting your, your young adolescence, like adulthood, like, 11, 12, 13. Maybe
Yeah, maybe there. I'm just saying it's not at 4.
At 4 years old, though, you're less influenced by the outside pressure. So maybe this is more genuine than the people that are.
But at four, you're also kind of like a hostage to your imagination, right? So
this is the thing. This is why it's a very difficult situation for parents. Like, you don't want to do the wrong thing.
You see a movie, you see whatever her name is, Elsa, and she's like, a nice blue dress, whatever. At 4 years old, I mean, obviously kids could distinguish the difference between a boy and a girl, but where does their creativity take them? I mean, are they really at that point where
these are big debates, man?
You know what I mean?
This is whether or not gender is fluid or not, whether you decide it or not. And look, there's a lot of controversy around this. The big problem with this, it's a double-edged sword, and it's a lose-lose, because whether you're one way and you're going to get teased because you're different, and whether you're that way and choose to transition, you're going to be teased because you're not going to fool the eye. Yeah. So either way, it's a bad situation, and this is where the experts are torn between: do you treat this as a disease, some kind of dysphoria, or do you treat this as like orientation and it's really a sexuality issue? And the experts don't know, and it's a tough one, man.
But one thing's for sure, socially, the point where we are now, and chances are when this kid grows up, like in the next 10, 15 years, we will have made, I think, great leaps in that direction, where socially it's becoming more and more of an accepted thing. Whether it's good for the society to go there or not is a whole other debate. But it's not like as if, back in the 70s and 80s, when a kid 13 years old was identifying as a girl, different story than today, right? I think we've evolved also as a society. But just to get to what Chris was saying about how they're going to be teased or whatever, maybe, but maybe not. Maybe because...
That's just where we're at now, but maybe it'll evolve to something.
No, but what I'm saying is that...
Socially, it'll be just... Okay,
the way... accepted. I think there's no direct correlation with societal acceptance and them having a good life. What I'm trying to say is that we could be 100% accepting, and I think society is moving towards that. I think everyone accepts that right now. But the internal battles and how the brain...
Oh, how you think others are perceiving you.
That's right. That's where the battle is. So that's why these people have high suicidal rates, right? They rank high in suicides. There's a reason. It's they can't accept themselves. They're torn between...
So as a parent, what do? You just, like what they're doing, you just go with it, say, not put any added pressure.
No one knows. But what George is talking about is the fear of you have to decide one day, and what do you decide when you don't know what's right or wrong?
No, but even what do you decide now at 4? Like, you wanna scare them out of it, or you wanna encourage it, or you wanna somewhere in the middle?
Yeah, that's what's tough.
Yeah, I gotta wrap it up, boys.
All right, man.
But I gave you guys something to chew on before we go.
Thank you for this. Thank you for this amazing ending, George. So thank you guys for tuning in. Follow us on all the socials. Subscribe to our channel, and we will see you all on the next episode. Ciao.
Adios, muchachos.
Bye.
Bye.